Hello people, Sleep Part 2 is here, and let's count who is dead. Dovepaw, Pinepaw, and Branchpaw. The living besties are Yay, Splitterpaw, maybe Atlaspaw, and Checkeredpaw, also a maybe. Now enjoy!
I studied my breathing, making sure I sleep till sun high. I didn't want to be attacked. I get up, seeing the sun shining. It was near sun high. The monster might have left. The moment the sun rose, Yay got up and followed the Splitterpaw out of the den. He stopped when he saw Checkeredpaw lying by the tree. When he found Checkered, Yay shook him, hoping he was okay. Checkered didn't wake up. Yay smacked him, trying to wake him up. We had stuff to do the day. Checkered, being Checkered, slept soundly. When Checkered did nothing, Yay left him and found that Splitterpaw was gone too. Thankfully, he could follow her scent. He paused at the entrance, squinting up at it. A few moments later, Splitterpaw came running into the camp. I grabbed their scruff. I had grown stronger from the last day. I threw them onto my back and dragged them back to camp. I set her down. Yay, Pa, we really need someone to help lead us, I murmured. Yay ran to the apprentice and quickly looked over. They didn't look too good. Do you really think I'm fit to lead? I might be able to for now, Splitterpaw murmurs. Yay looked up at Splitterpaw and nodded with absolute certainty. All right, first order of business, we must find Wren, I mused sternly, standing straighter now. Yay nodded a second time, then pointed himself into Atlaspaw, then to the med den. Splitterpaw understood and grabbed Atlaspaw, dragging her to the med den like she was a sack of potatoes. Wait, what is a sack of potatoes? I sniffed their wounds. My build seemed tall and well-muscled. I was now much taller than the other apprentices. I don't think they're infected. Yay, Pa, do you think the wounds are infected? Yay shook his head, then looked at the shelf. He'd seen the medicine cat help cats hundreds of times, though he didn't know if he could do it himself. If he could remember it right, Spotleg had used green-looking leaves which he chewed up, then applied to the cat's wounds. Yay didn't remember which leaf would help. He just had to hope he'd find the right one. Yay finally decided on a big patch of leaves. Yay, Pa, do you think going to the moonstone would help? I asked, tapping my muzzle with my tail. Yay put up a ball, telling him to wait. Then he chewed the herb, hoping it was the right one. He then padded back over to Atlaspaw and smeared the weird-smelling leaf liquid onto the wounds. Okay, what now? There's a second step with the cobwebs. Yeah, Spotleg had put cobwebs over the leaf stuff to keep it in place. Yay took the cobwebs, and a few minutes of failed attempts, he managed to get the cobwebs on Alice's wounds. Yay breathed an internal sigh of relief. Atlaspaw would be alright, or he hoped she would be. Atlaspaw would slowly look up in confusion of where she was. Yay crouched in front of her and pointed at her, trying to ask if she was okay. Atlas would turn her eyes on Yay-Paw. I think I'm alright, she would mew. Yay nodded and stood then pointed to her, hoping she would understand what he was asking. Atlaspaw, the moon is rising soon. Go to sleep so the monster can't maul you once more, I mew, then ran out. Atlaspaw would lay down, intending to go to sleep, but she couldn't stop thinking about the night before. Yay looked up. It was night. He felt panicked. He motioned to Atlaspaw to sleep and curled up in the other nest. Atlaspaw would look around the men's den, knowing she couldn't fall asleep as she lay down. Huh? Atlaspaw would turn around in a hurry. Yay tried desperately to get back to sleep, but he couldn't. Then the voice spoke, cold, dark, and terrifying. Hush now, little one, don't you make a sound. The shadows grow the quiet ground. Sleep now, little one, for knows where you've been. Stands at your window, wanting to get in. It watches you sleeping, a smile on its face. It knows that tomorrow there'll be no trace. Ye shuddered but tried to stay calm as it approached. It looked directly at you. He was shivering violently and couldn't stop. Come on, sleep, calm down, anything, he begged himself. I jolt. I grab you by the arm, slamming you into the wall. I hauled down my paws onto your neck, choking you. Atlas Paw would try to yowl. I dig my claws into your neck. I grinned as I stared down at you. When Yaya Paw heard the monster attack Atlas, he went to hell with safety and got up. He slipped under the monster and grabbed Atlas's scruff and pulled. I pounced, knocking you to the floor. I grabbed you violently by the neck, shaking you. I rolled him to their back and slashed at the monster's belly. It screeched, backing up a bit. It shoves its claw into your face. Yay struggled silently. If he could scream, he would. It threw you to the wall, making you fall unconscious. I gasped and was to the monster, tackling it to the ground. I raked my claws on their underbelly, tearing fur. I kicked you, scraping your stomach. It gave a blood-curdling scream. I howl in pain, grasping your claws into their shoulders to stay on the monster's body. I get flung off, quickly getting to my paws. Loud Paws smiles. The sun is rising. The monster will be weak soon. The sun rose, driving agony away. I get up wheezing. The battle shook me, yet I tried to stay strong. I grab Yeye's scruff, dragging them out. Yeye groaned and stirred. He woke up, his face in agony. Pun intended. You okay? I murmured. Yeye's face was bleeding. Splattered Paw could get her answer just by using her eyes. I try to use my wits as I grab a bundle of grass in my jaws. I place it on their wounds, hopefully to stop the bleeding. I had a vision last night before I woke up. I remember in their ear. Yeye shook his head and pulled off the grass. I pointed to the med den. Now that he'd helped Alice Paw, he knew what to do. I think we have to go to the Moonstone, Splattered Paw continues, padding to the medicine den. Yeye took the same big leaves he used for Alice Paw and sprayed it onto his own face, though it took a bit to get in the right spots. I gasp, where am I? I look around in the void of nothingness. As you turn around, you see the familiars. They stare at you, they speak. Hello, young one. What? I stare. Where's Hadelstar? Hadelstar possesses an object in his hand. If you're the chosen one, you can find it and get rid of the angel. I stare in confusion. What? He gives it to you. The monster you speak of is an angel sent by us. The future will be destroyed unless a new reign of cats appear. The strongest shall survive. Thank you, but why is this happening? Why is the so-called angel harassing other cats? I pace forward, trying to get answers. They look at you, stern. It's choosing the leaders. The strongest shall be the new ones. They will regain the thriving clan and save us from ourselves. One question, please, I mew, taking the object. Am I fit for this major role of leading? I must know, I mew. My gaze was filled with fear and concern. No, you shall not know. The visions will tell you who you are. Soon, you will find your true self. Splattered Paw wakes up and leaves the crystal caves. She returns to camp and tells Ren, Atlas, and Yeye Paw the plan. Then we waited for night, and when agony came, Splattered Paw had me, Ren, and Yeye Paw distract the monster. Ren nearly died. At the last moment, Splattered Paw threw the through the orb from StarClan. I still don't know how it happened, but Agony screeched in pain and everything went white. Then we woke up. What happened after that? Agony was gone, and Renpa suggested we split up into all 4 clans. Splatpa led Shadow Clan. She was too scared of ThunderClan camp to stay, so I became ThunderClan's leader. Yepa led Wind Clan, and Ren went to River Clan. After that, Loners and Kitty Butch joined the clans, and well, here we are, the New Age.